I've always wondered if the depression that people see en masse today, there's so much depression that people, it's a common trait.
And in seeing its utility and becoming obsessed with what that thing is going to allow me to do, I endure, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how painful it is.
Everything in life comes with hardship.
Now is the time to realize that you, the individual, the person, you are a gift to this world, and that's why you were born. The greatest, do you believe that? Do you really believe in you? Some people may not have that opportunity to believe in themselves because all their lives. Many things has kept them down. The greatest diet and the greatest of who you really are. Do you really know who you are? Can you identify yourself? Do you see yourself less? Do you see yourself more? Do you ultimately believe in you? Or do you let others control what you are and what they think? This is not the time to look down on yourself. This is the time for you to look up, to see the greatest, to see the greatness within you.
Like it's a common condition. Oh, he suffers from depression. Oh, she suffers from depression. Like, oh, he's got herpes. You know what I mean? It's like it's a common thing. I've always wondered, or I've been wondering more and more recently. It really hit me when. Have you ever seen Heinmo's Arctic Adventure? This guy lives in this incredibly remote area of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in the Alaskan interior, and he lives in this really small log cabin, and he hunts and gathers, and that's all he does. And he's very smart. Like, he's not a dummy at all. And he's been up there. He lives with his wife, and he raised children up there, and it's really there's some dark moments in there because they lived like this from the time like when they had children up there.
If it lives in service of my goals, I do it. And that was the one thing nobody could see. That was the one thing when I was a kid nobody could understand. They didn't know that the reason I wasn't doing the paper route was because I didn't care. And because I didn't care, I didn't push. It didn't mean that when I found that thing I cared about, that I wouldn't push. And the first thing was, get rich. And I used to say to myself all the time, you're gonna get rich or you're gonna die trying. And so, starting as a copywriter, step number one, I convinced my wife, we're going to, because there were two other partners that hired me, I'm gonna pick an apartment that's no more than 5 minutes from either of them.
Like, they tipped over in a canoe and lost their kid, and it's really intense when they revisit the site and leave flowers. And it was like 30 years ago, and they had several children since then, but this moment is still like this intense moment of loss for them when they lost their baby. Is very happy and very, very smart and very connected and very articulate. And he firmly believes that human beings, when we evolved and developed and we're hunter-gatherers, that there's a set of rewards. There's reward systems that are set up inside the human body, inside the very being that we embody, that don't get met in today's society. And that's one of the things that's causing depression. One of the things that's causing this funk that people are in is that we're living our lives, many of us at least, in these very unfulfilling ways.
That way, if they call me at 2 a.m, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and they're gonna know no one else in their company is as serious as me. And I'm gonna claw my way up this company, and I'm gonna get whatever job I become the right person for, and I'm gonna work my way up. And by the time we ended up selling that company, I had clawed my way through sweat equity into owning 10% of the company and being the chief marketing officer, from starting as the copywriter. The person that everybody asked, who's the kid in the server room, was the only person that didn't have a window. They literally put me in the room with all the computer servers. But starting from there, I knew I could wow people because I was willing to grind it out. And that is one of the most valuable things that anybody can do. All right, now that company, we grew to the point where in 2010, it was a technology company. It was named as the 42nd fastest growing technology company in North America. I had suffered a lot. I hadn't taken a day off in like 6.5 years.
Your creation has meaning something great. Brought you here, there was a purpose, and there's a purpose now. And that purpose is great because you exist in it. Greatness is within you. Greatness is a part of you. But to be great, you've got to believe in it. Since the day you were born, greatness was already there when you had those hard times. Greatness was already there when nobody thought that you had what it took. Greatness existed. Hold on to that greatness, believe in that greatness, and give it everything you have within yourself. You're going to experience some kind of pain. You're going to experience some kind of struggle.
At some juncture, you will encounter pain. And the moment that you get acquainted with pain, you get acquainted with hardship, you realize that no matter what you do, no matter how much you study, no matter how much you plan, you will not be able to avoid a measure of pain. I don't care what it is, losing weight, I don't care what it is, a new eating paradigm, a new relationship paradigm, new thoughts, new behaviors. It doesn't matter what you're after, what you're looking to become. If you don't go to the gym, it's gonna hurt you. If you go to the gym, it's gonna hurt you. Your muscles are gonna tear. But on the other side of that pain, there is a reward. There isn't any regret. You won't regret taking care of your body.
Don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Don't be complacent with yourself. Realize that as long as you got things going on in your life, there are things that you can do to change it. Manifest and claim what's yours. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about or what they're feeling about. Or if they're telling you your uniqueness just doesn't work. Well, that's their problem. What are you going to do? Because I promise you, if you quit because someone else is telling you that your stuff doesn't work, then shame on you. Shame on you for giving up on you. Shame on you for giving up on letting other people dictate your life and tell you what they think you ought to be doing when you should be figuring out what to do for your own life. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but I'm here to tell you to be unique.
You're even going to fail at one time or another in your life. Every day is not going to be a successful day for you when you get yourself in this position. You feel like hell when you feel that you cannot carry on. You feel like hell. You feel like hell is your best friend, because all you talk about, all you think about is how much hell you're going through it. You have the strength and tenacity and the grit to push through hell. There's a point in time in your life you've got to realize this. I've said this numerous times. To people, hell doesn't own you. Hell did not create you. Hell does not have permission to break you down and keep you down.
On the other side of making those healthy decisions, there is a reward. It's the reward of discipline. It's the reward of longevity. It's the reward of influence. It's the reward of power. Do you want results? Do you want a reward? Or do you want regrets? The decision is yours. It's all hard, so choose your heart. Pain is inevitable and it is unavoidable. Pick your pain. Everybody's got a plan until life knocks them out, because we weren't ready for the pain. And when the pain came, we did not process it. Processing pain is a skill set you've got to acquire. It's a type of currency. If you want the future, if you want next level, if you want tomorrow, if you want to manifest.
Be unique because you are a unique individual. I'm here to tell you that right now that you can be more than what you think you are as long as you believe in it. Belief is strong. Faith is even stronger. If you don't have these qualities, if you don't have these abilities, then your uniqueness will fall to the wayside. And then you're right back where you start. Don't be a carbon copy of someone else. Be the best makeup of yourself. Be unique. Be strong. Be powerful. And from the bottom of my heart, you continue to conduct your business.
When you are doing everything in your power to be the best makeup of yourself, it's always going to be an adversary that's going to try to take that away from you.
You got to rise above it. You got to realize that hell doesn't have a place in your life, but during the course of any challenge that you are facing right now in your life. Hell will show up, but hell doesn't have to break you. Hell doesn't have to put you in a position where you don't feel you have nothing else left to give of yourself.